Hello students, this is Mr. Vella. I'm going to be showing you something on my laptop that talks about the four regions of Texas. We've worked on maps before, and there's some people that have their name right there that have put this work together, and I want to read it to you. So pay close attention. You don't have to take any notes right now. You don't have to write anything right now. It'll be done on the second part. Okay, so I'm going to go through this and read it for you. Okay, the four regions of Texas. You can see, you've seen this map before. You've got a yellow, red, green, and blue. Four regions of Texas. We got the North Central Plains, the Great Plains, the Coastal Plains, and the mountains and basins. Do you remember some of this? Let's see what we can learn about the North Central Plains. They're the one in green. The features, they have the Grand Plains, the Cross Timbers, and the Rolling Plains. What kind of crops do they have there? They grow cotton, corn, and other grains. Hey, do we eat bread? Yeah, we do. What kind of animals do they raise? Cattle, sheep, goats, hogs, turkeys, and dairy cows. What are the main cities in that region? Fort Worth, Wichita Falls, and Abilene. Now we got the North Central Plains. They have the word escarpment. The definition of that is a steep cliff that is formed at a fault line, and they're pointing to the escarpment right there on between the blue and the green. All right. The North Central Plains. What do they have? Let me scroll it down a little bit. The North Central Plains. They have plants. They grow peaches, hay, peanuts, wheat, and sorghum. What is sorghum? Sorghum is a sweet grass that is used to feed cattle and grazing animals. Okay. Some of their natural resources are oil, limestone, sand, gravel, grass, and clay. Now let's go to the Great Plains. That's the ones in red. The Great Plains. Okay. And the Great Plains tells you another map. Of course, you got north of Texas is Oklahoma, and to the west is New Mexico, and then you have the Rio Grande River. The Great Plains, some of the features. The Great Plains to the north are known as the Texas Panhandle. The land is mostly flat grasslands, but there are steep canyons cut out of the land by rivers. This is where the Palo Duro Canyon is located. The Palo Duro Canyon is the second largest canyon in the United States. It is 100 miles long and 6 miles wide. Wow. In the southern part of the Great Plains, the land is rolling and hilly, with hills reaching 500 feet or more. This part of the region is known as the Texas Hill Country. Anybody been to the Texas Hill Country? Isn't that where Garner State Park is? You also have Palo Duro Canyon. You can see the pretty pictures there. The rivers, mountains, valleys. And there's the Texas Hill Country. I love visiting there. Beautiful trees, different color of trees. The Great Plains, what do they have? What type of industry do they have? They have oil and gas production. They raise cattle. They do some ranching. And mohair. What is mohair? Mohair is the hair of Angora goats that is spun into fine yarn and threads often used for sweaters. If you have a sweater, maybe it has mohair. What kind of plants do they have in that region? The region is very dry and has very few trees, but most of Texas wine grapes are grown here. The region is broad grassland and is mostly used for farming and grazing cattle. Some of the cities are Llano, Amarillo, Lubbock, Odessa, Fredericksburg, and Kerrville. Now we got the Coastal Plains. Hey, who lives there? The Coastal Plains. I think we all do. Beeville is there, Goliad is there, Victoria, and of course Corpus Christi, where I used to live. The Coastal Plains. Let's find out about it. This is the largest of the four regions. It's 1/3 of the state. It runs along the Gulf of Mexico, and it reaches inland away from the coast about 250 miles. Wow. The Coastal Plains, of course, you got the Red River up in the north. You've got the Louisiana on the east. You have the Old Mexico and the Gulf of Mexico. All right. The Coastal Plains, natural resources, petroleum, natural gas, rich oil soils, wetlands, and seafood. Hey, who likes seafood? Some of the plants are wheat, cotton, sorghum, and pine trees. Some of the major cities are Houston, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Dallas, Brownsville, Austin, Port Arthur, and Beaumont. The coastal plains. This region of Texas is so large and diverse that it's made up of 5 smaller regions: the Piney Woods, the Gulf Coastal Plains, South Texas Plains, Post Oak Belt, and the Blackland Prairie. Okay, then you got, looks like some postcards of the south of all of these 5 sections. Okay, there they are. Pretty pictures. Then we have the mountains and basins. You can see it in yellow, and the mountains and basins are in what part of the state? East or west? Correct, they're on the western part. Mountains and basins. Of course, you have the New Mexico on the western side of Texas. You have the Rio Grande River. You have Old Mexico underneath us. Mountains and basins. Some of the features, they have towering peaks, rocky canyons. The Guadalupe Peak is the highest point in Texas, 8,749 feet. They have dry, rocky soil. Big Bend National Park, Guadalupe Mountains, the National Park, and McDonald Observatory, and the Davis Mountains. The mountains and basins. What kind of plants do we find here? This region is the driest in Texas. Little vegetation grows here, except for various types of cacti, mesquite, and desert plants. Okay. Mountain and basins. What are the cities? Well, El Paso's the biggest. Then we have Presidio. El Paso is the only major city in Texas that is in a different time zone. How about that? And that's the last bit of information on the 4 regions. The next video that I'm going to submit is going to have the map of the regions, and it's going to have all the facts that I want you and characteristics that I want you to write down. So be ready for that, okay? I hope you enjoyed this short video. Got a lot of information. We'll see you real soon, okay? Bye.